Hi, I'm Jacob Gross, and today I'm going to show you how to install Auto-Steer in a John Deere tractor. To start out, we're going to get to know these two things. This is your Auto-Steer receiver, and this is your Auto-Steer screen, or controller. This will go inside the cab of the tractor, so we'll just set that up in there right now, so it doesn't fall off the top of off the front of the tractor. Go ahead and shut our door, and we'll come up and grab our receiver. Some people call this an Auto-Steer globe. I think the official name is the Green Star receiver though, and you can get different kinds. Depends on what kind of Auto-Steer program you have. So now that I'm up here on the front of my tractor where this will go, I'm going to set this down on the hood so I don't drop it, because it's not a very cheap deal, trust me. And we're going to look here, and under the top of the cab is this little plug, and on each side of it there's two tabs. We're going to reach up, push in those two tabs, and this will pull out of the way. Now that that's out of the way, this will be able to be plugged in. So now we will go and take this, our receiver, and there should be a metal mount on the top of your cab, if you're equipped with Auto-Steer, for this to go. And on the bottom, looks like that, and this will slide in like so, and you'll push down, and we're locked in place. And there's a little latch under there, and that latch is how you pull it out, and it'll lift up, and it'll lock in place when it's there. Now we'll take our cord here. There's only one way. There's a little notch on here, and that has to be towards the windshield of the cab. So we'll go ahead, we'll reach up in there, and hear the little click, and now our globe is officially installed. Now we're coming back in the cab. We'll take our screen, or our controller, and we have to get it installed onto this mount here. On the back of the controller there's going to be two, these are wing nuts, and you can also use just a normal bolt. I've seen them. They're usually about 8mm or 10mm. I've seen them both sizes. But anything works, you just have to be able to get it attached onto here. There's two bolt holes there, and there's two bolt holes here. So we're going to set our screen on there like that, and I'll have to get a bottom view for you. Okay, I got the nuts started so she don't fall off. And we're just going to go and tighten them up. So the screen's tight on this mount. We'll tighten that one. Oh, that bottom one's going to be a pain. There we go. That one's tight. And then we can adjust our screen how we want it. And that's where this knob comes in. So we'll have it about like that. Tight back here. Get that tight. There we go. Now that's in place good. Now we're going to take our cord that's plugged in here in the back of this. And this is the end. And this is going to plug in to the tractor plug right there. We'll line it up because there's only a certain way that it can go. And there, it's slid in place. We'll just tighten that, and there we go. That's locked in. Okay, now we got our equipment installed properly and ready to go. So we're going to fire up the tractor, and I'm going to show you how to set it up and how to make the stuff work. When you first start up the tractor and you just plug it in, it's going to take some time. It'll usually, this is about the longest it'll take, and you'll see this green bar is loading, and that's getting your screen all turned on and ready to go and recognizing that it's all plugged in. Come back when it's fully loaded. There we go. Now we're going to go, and this is going to be your accept button. You're going to get to know that pretty well. So we're going to go ahead and hit accept to this warning page. And there we go. Now we have there's multiple pages we can go through. Different looks. And you can customize them to however you want. And that's pretty much what it looks like once it's loaded up for you. The first step you're going to have to do is you're going to have to hit this corner button. It has all these rectangles and stuff. That's kind of going to give you your options page. So here we have more options to choose from. We're going to go ahead and we're going to hit the green star button. Okay, now it gives us even more options to choose from. The first thing we're going to want to do is go to equipment. Okay, we have the machine and the implement, and you can have multiple implements hooked up, so it gives you different things. So what we have as a tractor is the 9460 John Deere R in front, so that's correct. It recognized that from me plugging in the globe. And I already have my offsets put in. You have to kind of measure out how far the globe is from the front of the tractor and how far the globe is to the pin where you're going to hook up your implement, and do some different measurements. Those are already in. But it goes and it'll change. You can hit change and it'll tell you the different things where you have to measure. And you might want someone to help you do that, because it's a pain to... If you want a correct measurement, it's best to have someone help you get these measurements. But they're already entered in for us. So we're going to hit accept. We're going to go to implement now. Okay, we're doing tillage. So I have an implement model as tillage in as my name. Don't got to be that exact. Behind me you can see that I got a disc ripper behind. I'm going to do some fall tillage. So, and we have the... You have to change your width of your implement. You can change that multiple times depending on what implement you got behind. You always have to change that. The width of this ripper is 17.5 foot. So that's all correct, but that's where you'd go, and you can change it like so. You type in whatever you want, but that's right. So we'll leave that, hit accept, and we're good to go. Okay, I fired up the tractor and let my screen load. I did most of it so I didn't have to burn fuel while I was doing it. But now we're going to go ahead and set our track so that we can go straight down the field when we're doing our tillage. So we're going ahead and we're going to set track 0 is what we're going to hit. And you can choose the name of your track. Usually just leave it as something like that. Say we're going east and west. And you can change what method you're doing. You can do either set an A line or set an A in heading. And that's what I usually do. That's the easiest way. So just do that today. So we're going to head, and we want, and you enter, it's A and a heading. So that's where you're going to have to put in a degree. So if I'm going straight north like I'm going to be, that's going to be 0. So I'm going to have to enter in 0 degrees. Hit accept. Okay. And now we're good with that. If I was going east, I'd do 90. If I was going south, we'd be doing 180. And if I was going west, we'd be doing 270. And we're going north today, so we're going to be doing 0. So I'm going to go ahead and set A, because that's where I'm at. So that's where I want my track to start. I'm going to hit set A. It changes where my longitude is here on the world. I'm going to hit accept. I'm going to overwrite that from the previous track. Set 0. Accept. And now we can see that there's a straight line. I'm going to put my steering wheel down, ready to go. I'm going to turn the auto-steer on. And there we go. Give her a little throttle, put her into gear. And now, there's an auto-steer button. I'm going to hit that. The pie gets full. We're going on a straight track down the field. And we can see that at the top, it tells you if you're off a couple inches, and you can see how perfect we are going down the field. And that's how you set up auto-steer, guys. It's pretty simple. If you got any questions, you can leave comments. I'll try to answer it for you, but thanks for watching.